Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Today I am doing something that I've been promising for a good few weeks now, and that is my July book haul. I am well aware that we are now over halfway through August and this should have been done well before now, but life gets in the way, doesn't it? So you're getting it now. There are, I believe, exactly 20 books in this haul, which I'm partly happy about, partly not, because I really wanted to put 20 plus books and now I can't do that because it'd kind of be lying. But it's fine, we'll go with 20. So right now I'm going to go through all the books that I received in July and talk a bit about them. Some of them I've already talked about or vlogged about, so I won't speak as much about those ones. But we've got a good few to get through, so it probably will take us a while, so let's get into it. So first of all, I'm going to go through the books that have been very kindly gifted to me by friends and by publishers. So first of all, I'm going to talk about two books that were gifted to me by Maddie from Book Bouncing blog, who, if you watch my videos, you will know about by now because I seem to talk about her quite a lot. But basically, she sent me two books at the beginning of July, I want to say. She sent me, first of all, Mr. Penumbras 24-hour bookstore, which I had never actually heard of until I started watching Maddie's videos, and as soon as she spoke about it and said it was one of her favourite books, I added it to my wish list. And then very quickly after that, she sent me it because it is one of her favourite books and she just wants to sort of spread the word. Basically, I don't know much about this book other than it is about a young man called Clay Janin who takes night shift at Mr. Penumbra's 24-hour bookstore after leaving his job in web design, I believe. I'm totally just like reading the blurb while I try and like explain this to you because I have no idea. What I should really do is just read the blurb, but we're going to try and be better than that. So lands his job at Mr. Penumbra's 24-hour bookstore, and I'm just going to read the last line, which says, "It doesn't take long for Clay to realise that the quiet, dusty book emporium is even more curious than its name suggests." Which could mean a lot of things. So I really don't know what it's about, but I've heard that it's emotional, I've heard it's magical, I've just heard it's a really good, quick read with some really good characters in it. So yeah, I'm really excited to get around to this, hopefully within the next couple of months. I do think it's quite a quick read, it's quite short, I don't think it's even 300 pages, so maybe a good one for like a 24-hour reading vlog, something like that. And the second book that Maddie very kindly gifted to me was Radio Silence by Alice Oseman. I have talked quite a few times about how I love the Heartstopper graphic novels and how I cannot wait for the next one to come out, but I've never read any of Alice Oseman's prose. I think I have all of them on my wish list now because I want them all, both because I think she's an amazing writer and I've heard really good things, and also because they look absolutely stunning put together on a bookshelf. Again, I don't really know much about this one, so I think I'm just going to read the blurb because it's probably going to, well, it's definitely going to describe it a lot better than I could just reading it and then trying to put it into my own words. I feel like I'm back at school trying to like change sources into my own words very badly, so I'm just going to read it instead. Let's just put it in quotations. So, Frances is a study machine with one goal: nothing will stand in her way. Not friends, not a guilty secret, not even the person she is on the inside. Then she meets Aled, and for the first time she's unafraid to be herself. So when the fragile trust between them is broken, Frances is caught between who she was and who she longs to be. Now she knows that she has to confront her past, to confess why Caddis disappeared. Frances is going to need every bit of courage she has. Sorry, I paused there because the way that came out was as if we should know who Caddis is, but I don't think she was explained earlier on, so no. Okay, well, it sounds incredibly interesting. I've heard very good things. Again, I really do hope to get around to this soon and then get on to other novels of Alice Oseman because I've heard nothing but good things. Next, I have some books that were gifted to me by Rachel. I will again link her channel down below. I've spoken about her before, especially because by the time you see this, I will have uploaded my vlog in which I read Scythe for the first time after Twitter chose my TBR for the week. So as you'll already know, Rachel did very kindly gift me all 3 of the Scythe books. So we've got Scythe, Thunderhead and The Toll, all by Neil Shusterman. If you don't know, basically this series is set in a world however many years after our own, when you can no longer die of natural causes. The only way to die is if you are gleaned, or basically killed, by a scythe. And these are people who are appointed to go around and glean people or kill people, and they can do it in any way they choose, but they do have certain quotas to meet in terms of making sure that they're getting all ages, ethnicities, etc, etc. That is the basic premise of the book. And then Rowan and Citra are chosen to be apprentices of a scythe, and then shit happens. So we get a more in-depth view of this world and its problems. Obviously at the start this is seen as a very like utopian world now, where people can continue to live, and then they just, I can't remember what it's called, they basically go through a procedure to like set them back again, and they can choose what age they want to go back to. So whenever they get too old they can just become young again. So people live to be hundreds of years old until they're gleaned, because that's the only way to die. It's not possible to die of old age anymore. So yeah, it's seen as like a utopian world, but obviously these are dystopian novels, so there are problems with this world and how it works and the people within it, and there are some pretty evil scythes out there as well. And let me tell you, these books get dark. From the beginning obviously it's dark, like people are dying and being killed in quite horrific ways sometimes, but it gets darker the further you go through it, and the more you get to know the characters and like the inner workings of their minds and how scary people can be. But yeah, I'm really excited to continue with this series. I've heard great things. I have however heard that the 3rd book was a bit of a letdown compared to the other 2, which seems to happen so often with book series, particularly trilogies. I love a trilogy because I like a nice like concise condensed story. If things are like 8 books long, I usually tend to get to like the 4th one and then stop, because I just get bored of like reading the same story. I need a bit of like diversity, I guess, so I'll go away and read something else, and then I always plan to go back to the series but I often don't. But anyway, that was a bit of a tangent. Yeah, I've heard that the 3rd one is a little bit disappointing, but I've also heard some people loved it, so hopefully I'll be one of the people in that area. Rachel also very kindly gifted to me Caraval by Stephanie Garber. I think that's how you pronounce it. Caraval? Which I'm pretty sure is part of a trilogy as well. Again, I'm just going to read the blurb for this one because I've not read it yet, and it says, once a year, the infamous Master Legend hosts Caraval, open only to those who have been invited. This year, the week-long game is on Legend's glittering Isla de los Sueños, where the winding streets are an elaborate snow-covered maze and the people are never who they seem. At midnight on the first day, the show begins and the visitors become players. Each of them is vying for the coveted prize, a single wish. All they must do is unravel the mystery of Caraval, but in a game where danger hides behind every charming smile, winning isn't without loss, and their wish might be their last. This sounds so interesting, and I was very close to reading this week. This is one of the books that I put on my like poll what I could read if I chose Scythe. I will be getting around to this very soon. The cover really gives me Night Circus vibes, and I know it's nothing like that, but I suppose like a game, a kind of carnival circusy type thing. It's given me those vibes. But yeah, I've heard really good things about this again. I've heard that it is magical, gripping, and yeah, I'm really excited to get around to it. So the next 2 books are ones that I received from publishers or authors. The first one I actually received as part of a giveaway on Twitter. I was lucky enough to be one of the names picked out hats, and that was for Last Hang Standing by Lauren Ho. I have not gotten around to reading this one yet, and I did get this like right at the beginning of July, I believe. I'm not sure when I'm going to get around to it, but basically it says on the back that it's for fans of Crazy Rich Asians and Bridget Jones's Diary. And I think it's very much in sort of the Chinese culture. This young woman is the last person in the family to find a partner. The last single cousin recently just got engaged, and now there's all this pressure on her to find a partner. She's also got a unfairly attractive new lawyer out to steal her promotion. And I'm assuming from reading that, the unfairly attractive new lawyer will be the new love interest, maybe a enemies to lovers vibe. I don't know, but basically as soon as I saw that it was likened to Crazy Rich Asians and Bridget Jones's Diary, I was hooked. I have not read either of those books, but I've seen both the films and loved them, so yeah, excited for that. I do love just a little bit of a rom-com. I usually find them really easy, quick to read, and perfect when you just fancy something fun and light and fluffy, nothing too in-depth or nothing that's going to make your brain hurt, basically. So yeah, I'm excited for that. The other book that I was sent was All the Lonely People by Mike Gale? Yeah, Mike Gale. And this was sent to me by Jenny from Hodder and Stoughton. I've talked about this in a vlog, I believe, so I won't say too much about it. But basically it's about a young, no it's not at all about a young man, it's about an old man called Hubert Bird, who lives alone. His wife has died. He's an elderly man living alone, and his daughter lives in Australia, and she calls him weekly to find out all about his week, and in those phone calls he lies and says that he's having all these amazing experiences, he's got all these friends. He keeps a little notebook to keep himself right, to make sure that he doesn't get caught out, when really he spends all of his time really on his own, not doing much at all, and pretty sad, to be honest. And then he finds out that his daughter is coming home in a matter of months to visit him, and he suddenly is in a bit of a pickle and needs to find himself some friends and some experiences before she gets back, so that she is not upset or disappointed with him. And it also has two timelines, so it's got the earlier timeline and from when he first moved from Jamaica, and the timeline in the present day and the struggles that he finds in both. And yeah, it is a really interesting read. I haven't actually finished it yet. It's one of those ones that's been put on the back burner while I finish other books, but I was really enjoying it, and it is very, very emotional. So the next 5 books, no it's not, it's 6. Which means there's 21 books, which means I can put 20 plus in my title. Oh, I'm gonna go get that 21st book. Okay, I'm back. So the next 6 books that I have here, I'm gonna really quickly gloss over because they're actually the books that I bought in my come book shopping video. So if you want to know more about these, you can go and watch that video, or you can also watch the vlog that I put up after that where I received the books and talked about them a bit more then as well. So those 6 books were Why I'm No Longer Talking to White People About Race by Rennie Edgell Lodge, which is non-fiction, obviously about race, and particularly the struggles in Britain, I believe. I then got Clap When You Land by Elizabeth Azevedo, which I read recently in a reading vlog, which you can also watch. And I did give this 5 stars. I then got Queenie by Candice Carty-Williams, which I am still to read, but I am very much looking forward to. The Black Flamingo by Dean Atta. Again, I read this in a recent vlog, so feel free to go watch that. I Wish You All the Best by Mason Deaver, which I haven't got around to yet, but I am very much looking forward to. And Only Mostly Devastated by Sophie Gonzalez, which I read recently and loved. It's got the Grease vibes, and it was so fun just matching up the Grease scenes and the Grease characters to the scenes and the characters in this, so would highly recommend. There's still so many left. But thanks, I've got my fuel. So the next few books, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 books, I actually bought all in one go to be part of my reading rush TBR, and then I ended up not really taking part in the reading rush. I mean, I have to take part in it and I did vlog it, but I didn't put it live. Obviously I've explained this before, so I'm not going to go into it now, but yes, this was like unnecessary spending, but I do still really want to read all these books, and I have actually read most of them, and I just realised one of them isn't part of that crew, so actually it's only 5. But the books that I bought for this were The Prince and the Dressmaker by Jen Wang, which is a graphic novel. Again, I'm just going to read the blurb rather than go on about it myself. It says, that's not the blurb. Prince Sebastian is looking for a bride, or rather his parents are looking for one for him. Sebastian is too busy hiding his secret life from everyone. At night he puts on daring dresses and takes Paris by storm as the fabulous Lady Crystalia, the hottest fashion icon in the world, capital of fashion. Sebastian's secret weapon is his brilliant dressmaker Francis, his best friend and one of only 2 people who know the truth. Sometimes this boy wears dresses, but Francis dreams of greatness, and being someone's secret weapon means being a secret. Forever. How long can Francis defer her dreams to protect her friend? How good does that sound? This is definitely going to be one that, I mean, look, it's bloody beautiful. It's definitely going to be one of those books that I just sit down and read the whole thing in one go, because, I mean, look, there's like barely any words on these pages. So yeah, very excited for that. I then got The Monster of Elendhaven by Jennifer Giesbrecht, I want to say, which is like a dark gothic fantasy novella, and the blurb says, the city of Elendhaven sulks on the edge of the ocean, racked by plague, abandoned by the south, stripped of industry and left to die. But not everything dies so easily. A thing without a name stalks the city, a thing shaped like a man, with a dark heart and long pale fingers, yearning to wrap around throats, a monster who cannot die. His frail master sends him out on errands, twisting him with magic, crafting a plan too cruel to name, while the monster's heart grows fonder and colder and more cunning. The sorcerer's work is subtle, changing minds and curdling hearts with barely a trace left behind, but there are signs to read for magic hunters coming up from the capital in the south. These monsters of Elendhaven will have their revenge on everyone who wronged the city, even if they have to burn the world to do it. So yeah, dark, gothic, fantasy with an LGBTQIA+ twist as well. So I have actually read about half of this. Again, this is one that's been put on the back burner while I read other things, but I will get around to finishing it at some point. I then got Such a Fun Age by Kylie Reid, which I'm not going to say anything about at all really, because I have a whole vlog dedicated to reading this book. So if you want to know more about it, then do go and watch that vlog now. Then got 2 graphic novels. I've just realised as well I've spoken about this. No, it's fine. The 2 graphic novels that I'm about to speak about I have actually already spoken about in my July wrap up. So again, this whole video is me basically just pointing you towards other videos. But those were Fence Volume 1 and Saga Volume 1 as well. 2 graphic novel series that I thoroughly enjoyed the first parts of, and I'm really looking forward to getting to the second volumes. The penultimate book in my haul here is Cinderellas Dead by Kaylin Bayron, which is a masterpiece, and I would very much recommend it to everyone. Again, I read this in a vlog with Black Flamingo. It was my 24-hour reading vlog, and I adored this book. It is a dark, gay retelling of, well no it's not actually, it's not a retelling of Cinderella at all. It's based 100 to 200 years after Cinderella, so that was a lie, but it's based on the Cinderella, I guess. It is inspired by Cinderella. And it's dark and it's exciting and it has a female-female romance, and it is wonderful and I would highly recommend it. The final book, you'll be happy to know, in my July haul is The Raven Boys, need some more of this I think. The final book in this haul is The Raven Boys by Maggie Stiefvater. Again, I'm sorry if I am annihilating that name. This book I know absolutely nothing about. I'm not even going to read the blurb because I don't actually really want to know, so if you want to know about this book you're going to have to go look for it yourself. But basically I've heard lots about this series from fantasy lovers, and I am trying to get more into fantasy because I think it's something I'll love. I've just never really sort of properly delved into it before. And this, I'm sure I saw someone speaking about it, so I went to put it onto my Amazon wishlist, and at that time it was selling for £2, and I was like, well, I'm gonna have to buy it then, aren't I? So yeah, I ordered it because it cost me £2, and it is going to sit on my bookshelf until I'm ready to read it. But I'm very excited for that day. I have heard very good things. I have actually read some books by Maggie Stiefvater before, I believe. Or have I? Is it her? You know, I'm looking for that bit where it says like other books by Maggie Stiefvater, and it doesn't look like that's a thing in this book. Does it have any of her other? Yes! Okay, it's her. So when I was in high school I read these books about werewolves and they were called Shiver, Linger and Forever. Not sure if I ever got to Forever, but I definitely read Shiver and Linger, and I took them out of the high school library and I loved them. And this is when I was younger, all I read was fantasy, and I don't know what happened. I think uni happened and got me into more like contemporaries and that. But I long to go back. I long to return to the world of fantasy, and I'm going to do that. And I really loved those books when I was younger. I'm sure I've heard people say that they're absolutely shite now, but I really enjoyed them, so hopefully I will enjoy this too. So there you have it. That is my July haul of 20 plus books, which I'm very happy about. I did really well. I'm so grateful to people who have gifted me these books. I feel so privileged to be able to buy the other books. I know how lucky I am, and I cannot wait to get around to reading the rest of these novels. So yeah, as always, if you enjoyed this video then please do give it a big thumbs up, subscribe. As always, if you enjoyed this video then do please give it a big thumbs up, subscribe for more content, comment down below with any of your thoughts and feelings, and I will see you in my next one. Right, now it's the difficult bit. Here we go. Oh, one of those I'll have to do.